Hello, welcome again. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Manny Emmanuel or Dr. Manny Kings, and I hope you're having a good week. I hope the week is going on well. You're blessed. And I'm back here again to talk about self discipline and self control. And when it comes to self discipline and self control, I've had my own experience. I've had my own um, experience when it comes to food, when it comes to time management, when it comes to so many other things. And we all know how difficult it is to stay away from our phones, and especially when it comes to the apps like Instagram, or when we're on the phone receiving calls, we know how difficult it is. So I'm sure everybody has something they struggle with when it comes to self-control, right? In many areas. So when I was going through the Bible, I stumbled upon 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, which says, "For God did not give us the spirit of timidity, but the spirit of power, love, and self-discipline." So immediately I heard that verse, it just came to me. It just came to me that ah, everything to do with self-discipline has to come from the Holy Spirit. So I just knew immediately, according to this verse, self-discipline comes from the Holy Spirit, right? And most of our bad habits or personal inadequacies and the struggles goes beyond just being weak or having no willpower to cope. Do you understand? So it comes from the Holy Spirit. For example, the story of Joseph and Samson. So based on the Bible, there was no man that was as strong as Samson. He had God-given strength. He could do all things. And Joseph, on the other hand, was just a normal guy, not with muscles. You can't compare his muscles with Samson. Samson was much more built and everything else. But the thing about the story, when you compare both of them, you can tell that Joseph was a little bit stronger than Samson, because morality is stronger than talent. Because Pharaoh's wife wanted Joseph to sleep with her, right? And she came into the room. When Joseph was having a bath, she entered with nothing on. And Joseph had only a towel. And in the other hand, Samson met a woman with everything on. He couldn't control his desires, right? So Joseph was strong on the inside. According to the story, he dropped the towel and ran naked. You understand? He flee from the whole situation. And that this verse comes to my mind, James 4:7, which says, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will run away from you. So according to what Joseph did there, by resisting, in this term it means setting boundaries. So when you resist, when you know, okay, I'm in this situation, it looks okay, I could do this, I could do that. Nah, Joseph wasn't ready for that. He was not putting anything to chance. He set boundaries immediately, and he knew, okay, if I'm gonna even have to explain to this woman, he doesn't know what could happen. He just flew, as in he just ran away. And not relying on your strength. So asking the Holy Spirit for guidance, asking the Holy Spirit for help. Most importantly, that's what you can get from the story. In Galatians 5:16, he says, "When you walk in the Spirit, ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." Right? So according to this, it's very important to firstly adjust your thoughts, adjust your thinking. In 1 Peter 1:13, it says, "You prepare your mind for action and exercise self-control." So that means it has to be an intentional act when it comes to the mind. And the body always obeys the mind. We know this. And to be able to overcome these things, you have to sincerely ask the Holy Spirit for help to acquire new habits. And one small step towards self-discipline results to small victories, which also builds confidence and in time becomes second nature to us. So every little step we're making towards self-discipline will getting stronger and stronger to overcome these temptation or to overcome these struggle, things we on a normal day just rise over us. And by avoiding tight spots in areas where we struggle in self-control is very important as well, because in Proverbs 16:17 it says, he who keeps his ways preserves his souls. Anybody that's very careful what they do is being able to avoid certain situations. And you don't go where you often find yourself defeated. You don't go where you often find yourself defeated in life, and you have to create new strategies and ask for the grace to follow them. So just creating new strategies are not enough. You have to actually pray to God and say, oh God, this is what I'm trying to do concerning this. I have to be able to follow it as well. So it helps having to pray about it too. And another thing I'm going to round up with is that the most important thing when it comes to self-control is that, hey, if you mess up, don't give up. If you mess up, don't give up. Because it's the biggest thing I'd struggled with in the past, in the sense that the enemy will always be around us to say, oh, you cannot recover from this. Oh, you've done this. There's no coming back from this. So the enemy is constantly reminding you of that. So don't give up. Even though you mess up sometimes, don't give up. Pick yourself back up again. Maybe have certain kind of mentors, if you can talk to mentors or people you trust you can talk to. But most importantly, confide in the Holy Spirit. Tell him, okay, this is it. I keep on going. But he knows your heart. When he sees that you're ready for this thing, he will help you. When you see that you're sincerely wanting to change, he's definitely going to assist you. I believe that. And in Proverbs 24:16 it says, fall down, rise again. Fall down, rise again. So don't feel beaten even when you set your mind and say, okay, I want to get over this. I want to be able to overcome this struggle. Don't feel beaten even when you struggle. Just as I said already, having those little steps towards self-discipline, it will result to small victories. Those small victories, little victories, they build your confidence, and in no time it becomes second nature to you. In no time it becomes part of you. So I'm really glad. Thank you for watching this again, and join you sometime next week by God's grace. I believe you're blessed, and I pray you have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you very much.